Hi guys, I'm Paul and welcome to my comparison of the three big guns of the 3999 price range. If you want a detailed review of all these earphones, I'll leave a link in the description below and I'll leave a card up here for you to click on. If you like what I'm doing on my channel, remember to like, share and subscribe. The Realme Buds Air come with a 12mm driver, the Mi TW2 come with a 14.2mm driver, the Oppo Enco W31 comes with a 7mm driver. This is the smallest of all the dynamic drivers in this comparison. All these earphones come with well-made cases, but it's quite clear that Mi and Oppo have learned what not to do from Realme. Its case picks up a lot of scuffs and scratches due to its glossy finish. The other two have a neat matte finish. The Oppo's case seems like it's got a slightly more robust finish that won't scratch as easily as the Mi case. The Realme earbuds have a glossy finish much like their case, and clearly this design choice hasn't aged well because the other two competitors have chosen a different finish that tends to look a lot more classy. Throwing on a matte finish can make things look smart, which Mi has done with their earbuds. But Oppo has decided to go for a metallic finish on their stems with a glossy laminate surface, which definitely look the best of the lot here. All these earphones have a very similar soundstage, which is restricted within your head, but some tones do give the illusion of coming slightly out of them. The Buds Air used to have a bit of a faulty phantom channel, which used to lean towards one side or the other. But thanks to Realme's latest software, it seems to have sorted out this issue. The TW2 and the W31 also have a well-balanced phantom channel. Of the three of these, it's the Oppos that give you a slight vertical stage. The highs sound like they're coming from a little higher up, the mids at a more central plane, and lowers from lower down. The instruments are separated very well between left and right channels. Imaging from the Realmes make it easy to pick out certain details from the music, but you can tell that there's a certain sense of compression when you compare this to the other two. The Mi TW2 certainly has a lot more separation between vocals and instruments, making it a lot more easy to zone into certain bits of audio. The W31 gives you an example of what good imaging should be. It's a good gateway to better imaging earphones. Of the three, it's the easiest to pick out certain nuances in the music if you're into that. Volume is not something I usually talk about in most of my videos, but there are a lot of you out there who really want to know about this. Now keep in mind, listening to higher volumes for a prolonged period of time can damage your hearing, and I wouldn't recommend it. So if you like to listen to your music at around 50% volume around the house, the Mi TW2 have the most presence here, followed closely by the Buds Air and followed by the W31. Of the three, the W31 does manage to maintain all its frequencies at this volume and doesn't lose out any of its lower registers, unlike the other two earphones. Volume at 90 to 100% tells a slightly different story though. They all have a very similar max output, but surprisingly it's the W31s that are a squeak louder than the other two. This is most probably thanks to the better seal that they have. At higher volumes, the Oppos don't have too much distortion, followed by the Mi TW2, but the Buds Air past 80% have the most amount of distortion. High frequencies for the Buds Air are a bit chirpy, but they don't hurt the ear over long periods of listening. The Mi TW2 tend to be a little too rich in this area and can cause fatigue over long listening times. Both these earphones do sound ramped up in this range. The Mi TW2 also give a perception of more detail compared to the other earphones because of the exaggeration of their high range. The W31s sound like they're lacking in this area when you listen to them back to back with these two earphones, but don't hurt the ear at all, which will let you listen to them without strain for longer listening times as they have a much flatter high frequency response. Mid frequencies on the Buds Air are quite enjoyable and come off a lot flatter than the Mi TW2. The TW2s lack a lower mid presence that handles some male vocals, so can tend to sound a bit thin compared to the Buds Air. Their higher mids are also cranked up with their highs, and it's very obvious in this range. The W31s have the most enjoyable and balanced sounding mid-range, so both male and female vocals sound really good, especially if you hear a cappella or harmonies. Low frequencies of the Buds Air have good body, but they can sound a bit recessed against the rest of its spectrum depending on how well it fits you. But it still sounds enjoyable. The TW2 have a prominent bass thanks to how the mids taper off from that range. This tuning helps present the lows with more energy than the Buds Air. The W31s are a bit surprising here. For a 7mm driver, they push out terrific bass with quality and composure. They've got a heft in this range thanks to how well they fit. When it comes to charging, all three of these have USB-C. It's only the Buds Air that feature wireless charging. Of the three, it's only the W31s that offer over a custom ear tip. And thanks to this, it makes a much better seal between ear tip and ear canal. The other two might lose out on the lower frequencies because they have an open design, so there's a lot of sound leak that occurs with these two. All three earbuds offer touch-enabled areas. In this department, it's the Mi TW2 that lose out because they're very restricted by what they can and cannot do. The other two fare much better on this front. For gaming, the Buds Air come with a low latency mode that you can activate, and it happens to eat up into a lot of battery. The other two don't come with modes, but they come with very respectable response times. So if you're looking specifically for response times for gaming, the Realme Buds Air by default have a 243.8 millisecond response time. Upon activating their low latency mode, it drops to as quick as 119.3 milliseconds. The Mi TW2 clocks in at 120 milliseconds delay, and the W31 pulls off a terrific 94 millisecond response time. So the Mi and the W31's battery life don't get affected by a separate low latency mode. So the Buds Air have been the forerunner for a while in this price range, but Mi with the TW2 has crept in with a similar sounding earphone that offers lesser distortion and a better delivery of bass. The highs of the TW2 are a bit piercing and they can hurt the ear over longer listening sessions. They are well detailed and music and movies can still be quite enjoyable. So these are 4,500 bucks, and are they really worth 500 bucks more than the Buds Air? Considering the Buds Air have wireless charging, on a feature front, no. But on a sound factor, definitely yes. The W31 don't seem too defined in their highs and mids compared to the other two earphones. That's because the Buds Air and the TW2 are quite emphasized in their highs and mids. Oppo has gone for a much flatter, more natural tuning with the W31, and I quite like their approach. These have turned out to be a rather enjoyable set of earphones that help you pull yourself further into your media without worrying about earaches. If you're into EDM, the Buds Air and the TW2 could be the way to go, but only if you know they'll fit you well and if you prefer rich sounding mids and highs. The W31s I'd recommend for almost any genre of music because they handle most of them with composure. They don't really distort and their highs and lows are well balanced, and their bass is quite enjoyable on the balanced mode. And if you're into a little more thump, you can always activate their bass mode. Of the three, I'd certainly go with the W31 because there's something about them. They've got a certain character to them that I prefer over the other two earphones. One more thing. If you're concerned about longevity and you want to know how well a product is built, a good way to tell this is to see how long the company you're buying it from thinks the product will last without any issues. Take a look at these earphones warranties. The Realme Buds Air come with a short 6-month warranty. The Mi TW2 also come with a short 6-month warranty. The Oppo Enco W31 comes with a 1-year warranty and a fit and finish to back this up. I've had a few issues with the Mi TW2 earphones which I've addressed in one of my issues, and this keeps cropping up every few days, so it does get quite frustrating operating these earphones. The Buds Air issues are something that happened more in the earlier days, and these have been ironed out thanks to the software update. But somehow it's the W31s that have been a real pleasure to use on a day-to-day basis. So thank you for watching and tuning into Paul's POV for some sound advice.
Oh.